Hello again. I think we are back. I do apologize. I have no idea why that stream has cut out. But as we were saying, we were talking about the layer 2s and why the layer 2s are important to look at. It gives you an indication of which chains are building, which chains are going to be the ones to follow. Yes, we are back. Perfect. And for me, if you're going to pick a layer 2, a layer 2 bag of projects that are building, then you wouldn't be remiss to go after Optimism, Arbitrum, Immutable X, Polygon, Stark. Those projects are the ones that are going to scale, and therefore those are the ones that are worth looking at. So for me, it's a good indicator and a good list. And what you could do is probably pause the stream later on and get a list of them. Next then, what does this teach you about Bitcoin? This is a great little video by Carl Menger, who has become one of my favorites to follow. Now, as you can see on the right, or at the bottom should I say, you've got the peaks and the dips, and that's what Bitcoin does. And as you can see, it builds more momentum than a ball running down in a straight line. And that's what you have to remember about Bitcoin. We need to take the good days with the bad days. We need to take the dips as well as the peaks. So just bear that in mind. Bitcoin is moving up faster than any other asset over the last 14 years. Let's have a quick look what the last one is. I think this is another few words of wisdom from J-Chains. So if people are in disbelief about the market, that's not good. If it's your first cycle, buckle up, buttercup. Fundamentals haven't changed. Stick to your convictions. Don't sell, don't buy yet. Wait for the bottom-ish. Increase holdings. Bull run continues. Make millions. Get girlfriend. They are the tips from J-Chains. Yes, we are back. Now, I don't know why the stream cut out Diablisky. I really have no idea, but we did. It just went. It just disappeared, and I don't know why. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes we get cut off. But I'm just going to move in and have a look if we are back. I think we're back everywhere now. Hello, Mags. Yeah, I don't know. Now, what tends to happen, there is one thing that does happen, and that is that occasionally from time to time, the algorithm will pick up a certain number of keywords, and those keywords can trigger an automatic cutout of the stream. So we were talking about Roger Ver, but we're not going to mention him again. So maybe it was to do with that. Other than that, it was probably an internet cutout. But we shall have to see. So J-Chains with some good words of advice there. Now let's get back into it because we are going to be late. Now, everybody that I see has been asking the same question about Bitcoin. Where are we going to go? The issue is that I've got a chart to show you in a minute, and that chart will hopefully explain where the dilemma is. And it's a Wyckoff distribution pattern, and we appear to be in it. And the issue is, where did it start and where did it end? And we're going to go through that in a second. So we did rally above 59,000. I think we went to 59.6 maybe. 59.3, then we came down to 56.7. According to CoinGecko. Now, we haven't changed interest rates, and we said that was likely to be the case because Powell is caught between a rock and a hard place. Why? Inflation is going up, which is not a good thing. There's too much demand, and also, just as important, the economy is slowing down. Now, the way I try to describe this is that this fighter jet that is the American economy is starting to head vertically, and at some point it is going to run out of fuel, and when it runs out of fuel or it runs out of speed, it's going to come hurtling back to earth. And that's stagflation at this moment in time. However, we're going to go through what he said, because he has said that he neither sees stag or inflation, which is really funny because it's exactly what we've got at the minute. Today, the FOMC decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged and to continue to reduce our securities holdings, though at a slower pace. In recent months, inflation has shown a lack of further progress towards 2%, and we remain highly attentive to inflation risks. Economic activity has continued to expand at a solid pace. Job gains have remained strong and the unemployment rate has remained low. Inflation has eased over the past year but remains elevated. In contrast to the previous belief that Powell could have a hawkish stance, he maintained a neutral stance during his speech today, addressing a series of questions. Speaking of stagflation risks, he expressed skepticism about the claim that the US is going to go through this. I do not see the stag or the inflation. I don't really understand where that's coming from, he added. Well, very simply put, the growth of the American economy is slowing down and inflation is creeping back up. So where are we going to go? Are we going to go into a period of stagflation? Is he going to fight it off? Now, what happened then was, even though we broke 59,000, we did come back down again. We came down to 57.3. So as I said at the start of the week, there was going to be a lot of volatility in the market. And the FOMC day should not be a day in which you trade. It shouldn't be a day in which you decide to long or short the market. Because had you longed the market at, say, 56.8, and you not sold at 59,000 or 59.3, you'd have been wiped out in the dip where we came crashing down again. So what happens on FOMC day is the longs go out and the shorts go out and they both get wrecked. On the whole, not everybody. So it's never a good day to trade. And it's pretty much like betting, and we don't like to see that. We don't want you to do that. So that's what happened. Now, this is the question that we have. Good morning, Reza. I have got a link for Blender on my analysis, but it's a really, really small micro cap project, so it's not something we can really recommend. So this is what we have got here. And the question is this the full Wyckoff, or does the Wyckoff start and end in a different phase? Let me show you the picture and see if you can see any similarities between this. Let me make it small enough for you to see. That should hopefully be on the screen now in a second. Let me zoom in. There we go. Okay. So, does that look familiar? Because it looks very familiar to me. We had the peak here, which was here. We have had the period over here where we have kind of came down here, which we have here. Then we have a bounce at the bottom of the Wyckoff. Now the question is the bottom of the Wyckoff here, and that's the start of it, or is it here? So the same price targets that we have been talking about are kind of playing out, and the question is, where is the bottom of this pattern? I think it's 52,000 based on the chart. So I think it's here, which is 52. However, again, we might bounce off 56 and then move up. We don't know how it's going to play out. We just know that there's a Wyckoff distribution that we have followed beautifully since either February the 5th, February the 20th. Is it going to play out on the 6th or the 20th? Because remember, the dates are important. The 6th of February, the 20th of February, the 6th of May, or potentially the 20th of May. So 20 and 6 are the key dates here. Are we going to see the bottom on the 6th of May, or are we going to see the bottom on the 20th of May? And that I do not know. I just know that that pattern has been playing out for however long you want to work it out. Now, the good news is that we have found potentially some level of resistance here. Sorry, support here. Just above the bull market support band, which is about 56,000. Good morning, Fran. Welcome to the stream. So I don't know exactly where exactly it's going to be, but there is a Wyckoff pattern and we are following it, and it looks a lot like this, and that bounce point is the $1 million question. It could very well be here. Now, if you remember what I've been saying for a long time now, dollar cost average in. If you buy your Bitcoin and you were buying it up here, and you're going to be having buyer's remorse because you were buying at 66, 64, 60. If you buy here and here and here, then your average price of Bitcoin will probably be about there. So you're going to walk out of this with a $59,000 Bitcoin. Think about that. A $59,000 Bitcoin, we are expecting Bitcoin to go anywhere 150, 200,000. We're going to get on to Cathie Woods in a minute, but we're going to look at a multiple of where we are now. If that is the case, then you need to realize that whether it's 57, 56, 52, or even 60, it's still a great price for Bitcoin. We are so early. We've been early. We are still going to be early at the end of next year. Even next year, we're only going to hit 1 billion people that will have been exposed to crypto on a planet of 8 billion people. Like the internet, crypto is going to become part of people's lives without them realizing it. You go on Facebook or Instagram or X, you go on all these different platforms, you go onto the exchanges that you're on right now. You don't think about what goes on in the background with the internet because you just go onto the exchange. Now, crypto is going to take a role in fulfillment, Uber, online shopping. All of these things are going to be integrated into crypto over a period of time. Real world assets are going to be integrated into the blockchain over a period of time. We're going to get to the point where you're not going to realize that you're using blockchain technology. And it's exactly how we've adopted the internet. Your gran or mother or father, whoever is not technically competent, they don't really care about the internet, they just use it. The same with crypto. They're not going to care what crypto they pay their bills with. It will just happen. And we are so far away from that right now. So far away. Now, Cathie Woods, one of my probably top 5 people that I like in crypto. She is really bright and really, really clever and really well spoken and everything you want in somebody. Good morning, Kabir. Everything you want in somebody to be in crypto. Remember, if you're just coming back, we did have a slight glitch. So can you make sure you smash the like button and the follow button and everything else like that, because for some reason we just cut off the stream and I don't know why. We just died. And I've just had a message from Andrea in the office saying that there is a massive fire at the Queen's Hotel, which is across the road from my house where I'm streaming from now. So there could be all kinds of problems going on today. We'll just have to wait and see. Right then, so what's Cathie had to say? She predicts that Bitcoin could go as high as $3.8 million. When does she think this is going to happen? Today? Tomorrow? Who knows? Let's have a read of what she has to say. She did previously say $2.3 billion. I don't know when she said that, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. She's revised it upwards. Speaking at the Bitcoin Investor Day On Friday in New York, she told moderator Anthony Pompliano that a flood of institutional adoption and the new ETF products means that her bullish case could see the token climb by $2 million above her existing target. It's a bit of an increase, that, Kathy, to be honest. Last year, we put out our bull case for Bitcoin. It was 1.5 million. With this institutional green light the SEC has provided, kicking and screaming though it did, I've gone a complete brain fog. Analysts, anyway, they think that if 5% of the portfolio is moved to Bitcoin, that will give you a $2.3 million target on top of what you've already got. ARK Invest is one of 11 firms, including BlackRock and Fidelity, that got approval from the SEC. So obviously she's going to be mega bullish on her own ETF product, but she's been bullish on crypto for a long time. Let's not hold that against her. We think Bitcoin has miles to go. We are at the very beginning of really putting in place the financial ecosystem native to the internet and disintermediating all of their toll takers. So what she's saying there is blockchain is a frictionless way to send assets. Yes, you have Ethereum gas fees, but you have the layer 2s to solve that problem. Bitcoin is an issue, but we don't need to worry about that because, of course, we have the Lightning Network, which sits on top. So lots of things to take into account when you look at this. But do I think we will hit $3.8 million in Bitcoin? I think we are years away from getting anywhere near that target. If we get to $200,000-$400,000 in this bull run, I will be delighted. If we get to $1 million in the next bull run, I will be delighted. So we're talking about 2032, 2036, 2040 before we get anywhere near this price, in my opinion. It's a huge target. The market cap of Bitcoin at $3.8 million is astronomical, and that is an issue for me. I don't think we're going to see 2, 3, 4, 5% of institutional money moving over to Bitcoin. So I can't see it getting that high. I can't see it getting that high, in all honesty. But she has her team, and I don't. So she is far brighter and cleverer than I will ever be. Kabir, Bitcoin will have plenty of competition by 2030. Kathy doesn't take that into account. It will. And the only thing it has going for it is that institutional investors, you have this thing called de facto and de jure. And de facto is which is the best product. And de jure is which is the most popular product. So de facto, there are tens of blockchains out there that are better than Bitcoin, but they don't have adoption. The same way, Chainlink is head and shoulders the best oracle because it has adoption and it's massive. Bitcoin, by the time we get to 2030, what could happen is Bitcoin will have such a lead that even when new assets come along, they're not going to be able to compete with Bitcoin because Bitcoin will have a $20 trillion market cap. So if it will have competition, Bitcoin is never going to be used for anything other than financial institutions and store of wealth. It will have layer 2s, you know, Stark. We've talked about Zeus on the channel and connecting Solana to Bitcoin. We're going to see people tapping into the liquidity of Bitcoin. All of that's going to come. But if Bitcoin gets to 5, 10, 15, $20 trillion market cap, it's going to be like gold, and there will be competition for it, but I don't see anybody challenging it. It's an interesting conversation, however. Now, moving on. Why is this important? Because if you'd have listened to me, you'd have sold your Arbitrum. And that was, I believe, in March or April. What is being released in May? Token unlocks, for those of you that don't know. Blockchains have treasuries full of tokens, and they are unlocked to VCs, early investors, and the teams, and of course, stakers. They're unlocked at periods of time. Some unlock every month, others unlock every 3 months or 6 months. In the case of XRP, I believe it's 100 million tokens a month are being unlocked. So May has another 3.6 billion, and there's a list of them down here explaining what's being unlocked. 19 major unlocks. Pi will unlock 2.13 billion tokens. That's 1.2 billion. So that's a third of all the token unlocks that are going to be happening over the course of May. Pi tokens coming into circulation will double the supply. If the supply of a token is doubled, what is going to happen to that token? The price will come down. So if Pi is at 60, 70 cents right now, I would expect it to come down to, at best, 40 cents. Even with the massive release, the tradable Pi tokens remain far away from the total supply of 10 million. It doesn't matter about the total supply, it's a circulating supply. AVO tokens, which we've covered on this channel before, 827 million, will be unlocked over 10 days this month. Expect down action on that token. The token unlock will have a value of 1.2 billion, and here is the full list. The ones to pick out for me would be, probably we can ignore Sui, and we can ignore Gala, we can ignore Stark because they have regular unlocks, but AVO is a big one. 8 tokens are always unlocked. Pi is huge. AVO is huge. Look at the percentage of the circulating supply. It's massive. AVAX is tiny. Peter, I don't know why I cut out. I think it was because maybe I was talking about Peter Ver, because I don't get censored, but there's trigger words that if you say a combination of, then your stream can be ended. So that's what I think the problem was. So the only ones to worry about here for me are Pi and AVO, and Stark to some extent. But look at the other ones. So for example, Optimism is only 2.3% of the circulating supply. If we look up here, APT is only 2.5% of the circulating supply. So there's some coins to worry about, other coins not to worry about. DYDX is an 11% increase. So why is it important? Again, because you might see AVO drop dramatically and think, what a time to buy that token, and go and buy AVO. But what's going to happen if you buy that token? If there's a 757% increase in circulating supply, and even if half of that hits the market, the price is going to tank and it won't recover, and that's the key. We looked at Arbitrum, remember? Arbitrum was at $2.15. What is it now? 99 cents. Is it going to go back to $2.15? Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. So be careful with some of those token drops. This is why it's important to look at it, because they can cause crashes in the market, and those crashes will not recover because there's so many more tokens in supply. Moving on then, so Solana, I'm looking at the Solana chart in a second as well. Peter sold his Flux at a loss, and he's not going to get back into that token. Well, again, the market is really choppy. The market is really choppy right now. We're at the bottom of the Wyckoff, or we've still got some way to go on the Wyckoff. If you sold now and we're still going down, you could probably pick up the tokens you sold at cheaper than you sold them for and get back in and then ride it back up. Solana and Bitcoin NFT trading hits record numbers. Magic Eden's rapid ascent challenges Ethereum's NFT marketplace hierarchy. So why is it important to look at NFT? NFTs, they've been the most crushed segment of the market. If you look at what happened with Bitcoin, it came down 60%. If you look at Solana, if you look at Ethereum, if you look at Cardano, that came down 90%. If you look at NFTs, they've been trashed. Some of them are down 99.9%. They've been absolutely destroyed. Now, when the NFT markets pick up, that is a very good sign that money is starting to flow around the entire ecosystem and not just the top L1s and L2s. The money is starting to interact with NFTs. The bull run traditionally starts 6 months after the halving. So April the 20th would be May, June, July, August, September. October the 20th is roughly where we should start. So November is where we should see the supply shock kick in. Now, the supply shock happens when the market realizes that 900 a day is only 450 a day. And that's when the supply shock kicks in. Good morning, Tariq. Welcome back. We did have a bit of a problem this morning, Tariq, with the stream. So you haven't missed too much because we did have to restart. But welcome anyway. So Solana's rising DAT numbers. That's daily active traders. There were 25,600 on Bitcoin and 59,300. Peter, yes, I was just telling you that I had your email and I think we cut out. I've got your email. I will reply. We had a special last night where we gave away Maneki and some trading indicators. So I've not really had a lot of time since you sent it to reply, but I will reply. So between Solana and Bitcoin, there's 85,000 daily active traders if they're all individuals. These are huge numbers of people at this stage of the market. Why? Because Bitcoin has runes. Runes are the latest fad, like ordinals. They inscribe the Bitcoin blocks with information. Solana is seeing more and more volume. We're not going to go through the charts in any great depth, but suffice to say that Ethereum's days potentially are numbered when it comes to NFTs, because the trading fees are so high on Ethereum that potentially Solana is going to be the long-term winner. And Solana has been challenging Ethereum on multiple fronts for the last at least 6 months, 3 months definitely, but at least the last 6 months, Solana has been challenging Ethereum. So I don't think Ethereum is going to stay top dog for NFTs. And do you remember what we've been saying, or I've been saying? The way it's going, Ethereum is going to be the blockchain used by financial institutions. Solana is going to be the blockchain used by retail. Solana is cheap, quick, and sexy. Ethereum is reliable, strong, and resilient. So BlackRock, Fidelity, whoever else it might be, Goldman Sachs, they're all going to use Ethereum. Whereas NFTs are a retail product. They will probably all eventually migrate to Solana. That's the number one place to go. I would hold both retail and I would hold institutional, and I would hedge my bets. I'd hold Solana and Ethereum. I'd hold those two. If you had to pick one, I'd split it 50-50, Ethereum and Solana, because Ethereum over the long term is going to be used for financial transactions of a large scale. Solana is going to be used for NFTs, DeFi, but kind of retail DeFi. It's going to be used by gaming tokens. You know, look at Star Atlas. That's over there. That's the biggest one at the minute. The meme coins. Where do you go to buy meme coins at the minute? You go to Solana. So Solana has everything. It's got Bonk, which is the number one on Solana. It's got Dog with Hat. It's got countless meme coins, countless NFT projects. The gods left Solana, betrayed Solana, went to Ethereum, and guess what the gods is doing now? It's moving all the way back to Solana because they realized they made a monumental mistake. So Solana is going to be the number one. I don't know if Solana is going to go over $3,000. My target for Solana is $1,000 by the end of the bull run. And that gives it a market cap of about 140 billion, I think. Something like that. If you listen to other people, they'll tell you Solana will be at $1,000 by the end of the year. I don't like to be too optimistic on Solana or any coin because you end up holding and waiting for the price. I think what we should do, I think in May and June next year, in May or June next year, we should probably have a chat about where we think the price is going to go in the market. I think it's really early to decide the price of Ethereum without knowing about the ETF. It's really early to decide about Bitcoin. We're only 3 months into the ETFs. Solana, we're really early on. Remember, Solana has played catch up. Let's not forget what this was here. This, let me find it. When did it happen? There. Okay. So this period here, where Solana fell down on its last legs, was the FTX collapse. We've recovered incredibly well on Solana. This was too high for this time of the market, in my opinion. Now, we've talked about the bull market support band being resistance. I keep saying resistance today, support. I'm really tired today, by the way. I've not had a lot of sleep and I am mixing my words up. I can't even say analysis on the stream, so I am a little bit worse for wear with regards to sleep. Now, we've touched the bull market support band. Okay? That, for me, is a gold sign. We will hopefully bounce from here. Now, why do I say that? Because if we're at the end of the Wyckoff distribution phase, then we're going to go up. And if we go up, then we could see Solana quite easily back above this line, which would be about $140, which might not sound like a lot, admittedly, but we have wicked below before and we've wicked below here. So it's not that this line can't be broken. It can, you just have to follow it. So we can do this kind of action. Now, if we're not at the end of the Wyckoff phase and we do have to come down a little bit further, where do we come down to? Well, we come down to previous, let's put a little line in here. If we do come down, where did we have a fight? We had that huge battle here, which was December to February, and that was at about $102, $104. That's where we could come if we're not at the end of the Wyckoff distribution phase. If we are, then I expect us to go back up here and move up. That's what I expect. And I can't tell you if we're there. I can't tell you if we're going to get there. What I can tell you is that if we can hold 58,000 on Bitcoin for a few days and build up some support, that gives us a basis to say that the Wyckoff has played out and we're moving up. If it doesn't, and we've got another leg down is another 10% down. Another 10% down would be roughly 20% down on Solana. What's 20% off 133? That would bring us down to about 107. 107, and what have we got here? 104. So it's roughly there. So we're either going to come to 107 or we're going to bounce back over 140 and maybe up to 150. Again, I can't say. All I can say is that we've touched the bull market support band, and what we tend to do when we do is bounce. So I think I'm 60% sure we're going to move up. I'm 40% sure we're going to move down, and that's as close as I can go on Solana because it's just too dangerous. Now, the last chart we're going to look at today, and we're going to get to it in a minute, is we're going to look at Cardano, because Cardano is in a war. It's in a PR war. So Schwartz and Hoskinson clash over ETHgate theory. What's the truth? And there they are. There's something about men in crypto with beards and long hair and glasses, and I don't know why they think it's a thing. It shouldn't be a thing. The thing is, Peter's just said that he appreciates my honesty. The thing is, we're not sponsored or by anybody. We're not paid by anybody for anything that we say. So I can sit here and tell you what I think, but I can also sleep at night. That's the key. So last night, we had a thing that you missed, because I think it's probably really late where you are. We gave away some Moneki coin. Why did I give it away? Because I reviewed the project and I think it's good. Didn't get paid a penny. Everything that we're going to give away today to the winners has come out of my pocket. Can't say fairer than that. Nobody paid us. If we ever do a paid stream, we'll tell you it's a paid stream, but we don't do them that often. So I can be as honest as I can be. Right then. So the debate raged between these two individuals. So in the midst of the exchange, Schwartz dropped a surprising revelation, admitting to holding a significant amount of XRP. He disclosed, I had about 26 million XRP. I sold Bitcoin to buy XRP and ETH. This revelation countered rumors within the crypto community suggesting Schwartz sold off billions of XRP to invest in ETH and other cryptocurrencies, prompted by SEC statements. He later clarified he never liquidated his XRP to acquire other cryptocurrencies. So this is all to do with Ethereum. Is it a security? The SEC are going to go after it. You have people. It's easy to jump. It's easy to kick people when they're down. It's easy to kick Solana when it's down. It's easy to kick, Polygon when it's down, or BNB. It's easy for me to sit here and trash talk about Cardano. It's not how it works. You look at the technology behind the project. What's the problem with Solana? It crashes. What's the problem with Cardano? It's slow to develop on. What's the problem with XRP? It's centralized. It's not really a decentralized project. It's a company that's going to have an IPO. Everything has its own faults. There is no, the famous saying, and I'm not going to get into religion, but he who is without guilt should cast the first stone, or without sin, cast the first stone. If that was the case, no stones would be thrown in crypto, because everything has its faults. And you get people like these two going hammer and tongue about Ethereum, about XRP, about Cardano, and it is playground nonsense. Absolute playground nonsense. Do I think Ethereum is a security? It is more of a security than Bitcoin. That's what I'll say on it. But so here we go. So basically, there is a theory that tends to suggest that the SEC has always had a regulatory bias towards Ethereum. Hoskinson also openly rejected and dismissed the XRP community's claims that Ethereum insiders bribed the SEC to target XRP. Again, it's he said, she said. I mean, these are grown men in charge of multi-billion-dollar organizations. You don't see the head of the head of Shell having this kind of conversation with the CEO of BP. It's not done. But for some reason, it's acceptable in crypto to turn on each other. And it shouldn't be the case. They need to work together because it looks childish and it just looks puerile and absolutely ridiculous that they talk to each other like this. He said, she said, should not be part of a crypto conversation. It should be. How can XRP work with Cardano? How can Ethereum work with Solana? There's no enemy here. The enemy is not individuals or projects. It needs to stop. And the reason that it needs to stop is it damages the reputation of both parties. XRP looks silly and Cardano looks silly. Now, for the part about Cardano, I'm never going to tell you that Cardano is a zombie chain, which it's highlighted in some articles. Cardano has a community and it is building, but, and not worryingly, but it's broken below its bull market support band. We just mentioned then that Solana has kind of done this and we're expecting a bounce. Cardano hasn't, and it's coming down and it's putting in lower highs and it's not looking good. And we have this kind of movement going on, and that is never a good thing. We're doing that, but It is a new market without ethics, Reza. You're absolutely right. And the problem is, long story short, I set up a online dating company with my business partner years and years ago. And when the internet first started, you had similar kind of trash talk going on between different dating companies. And it was just silly. And people were calling each other all kinds of names. And what happens is, and this is another thing I've been talking about, is the SEC wants to get rid of all the OGs in crypto. Who do I mean by that? If you gave the SEC a list of 5 people to take out of crypto and be replaced with yes men, who would they take out? They would take out Sam Bankman-Fried, he's gone. They would take out CZ, he's gone. They would take out Vitalik Buterin, he's on. There's a target on Vitalik. I would want to take out Charles Hoskinson because he is an outspoken individual and he's not a money man. So I would go after him. I would leave XRP alone because they are already money men. I would leave. Justin Sun is a perfect example from Kabir. Charlie Lee did the right thing by walking away from Litecoin. Justin Sun is on their radar. Okay, they're the people that are not money men. And what do I mean by money men? Money men are the ones that adhere to the rules. And by the rules, I don't mean the official rules. I mean the unofficial rules. They adhere to them. They want them gone. Vitalik, in my opinion, will not be in charge of the Ethereum Foundation in 3 years' time. They will go after the Ethereum. They will challenge Ethereum. They'll say it was a security. They'll come up with the same kind of deal they came up with about CZ, where the Ethereum Foundation will pay a fine and Vitalik will step down. And in his place will come a man in a suit with a nice shaved face, maybe trimmed stubble, glasses, nice tan. He will become the head of the Ethereum Foundation. Ask yourself this question: does BlackRock want an ETF for Ethereum whilst Vitalik is in charge? No. They will want an ex-banker or financier in charge. And you go through the top 15 projects, and you can see that Anatoly is fine. He's the right kind of guy. He comes from mobile phones. He looks the part. He'll stay. You look at Avalanche. They've already got the right people in charge. Look at Sui and say they've got the right people in charge. Suits, clever people, ex-Harvard, whatever. This is the thing that happens. It happened in the internet. You won't remember. Many of you are too young. But the people that started a lot of these companies have now gone. Michael Saylor said the US will not ever grant the Ethereum ETF in the USA. Does he have insider info? No, he is a Bitcoin maxi. And the issue with Michael Saylor is he doesn't see anything outside of Bitcoin having value. And he's missing the point. The issue is you have Joe Biden, and Joe Biden is the head of America. Number one, the numero uno. Joe Biden appoints the head of the SEC. So Gary Gensler is appointed by Joe Biden. In this climate, with this American government, there will be no Ethereum ETF. Now, in November, there's an election. Now, Kennedy might win, Trump might win. Either way, Gary Gensler is gone, because traditionally you step down when your president retires or is replaced. So Gary Gensler is going to be gone. In his place, the only one that we know about is Hester Peirce. Hester Peirce is more pro-crypto. So Trump wins, he might appoint Peirce, he might appoint somebody else. Now Trump will come in and say, I want to own all of the crypto. That's what he'll say. Because he's not he's very boisterous, he's very clever, he's got years of experience, he doesn't care about detail. He will want to dominate crypto. So he will put a pro-crypto person in charge who will then issue licenses, and they will be a magnet, and they will suck every crypto company worth its salt to America, because he knows crypto has a big future and, most importantly, a huge tax associated with it. So he will want to take over crypto. Kennedy wins, Democrat. He's bought Bitcoin for all of his grandchildren. He's pro-crypto. He's talked about what he wants to do with crypto. Look at how the landscape can change on one election. Either Trump or Kennedy wins in November. They're inaugurated in February. I have said the earliest we're going to see an Ethereum ETF will be March to May next year, because that gives them 3 months after they've got the new president to put the new SEC in charge. And that is when we're going to see the Ethereum ETF. I cannot believe we're going to get it this year when the SEC are about to sue. Now this chart, by the way, Peter's brought up a point that it looks complicated. What you got to do is, you see these lines here. So this is the Fibonacci chart. That's just a standard chart that you draw. These lines here, this is the average price of the coin, and that is the price action. So what you do is you look for where it's got to, where it bounced off. So look here, we're at 45 cents. We've been there before. We were there on the 28th of January. We've come back down. We're down again. Look at where the RSI is. That's the strength. We've moved up here. Came down here. We moved up here. We're back down again. What we're going to do? We're going to move up here. So I can see a 50-cent Cardano next few days. Very simple. So for me, Cardano is in that zone where you can safely buy it, knowing, and this isn't financial advice, but knowing it has a move to the upside coming. And if we do go down, if we're not at the bottom of the Wyckoff, the bottom of the Wyckoff is lower than 36 cents. And we do that. And again, we've had this pattern. That's what should play out. But we could be out of this soon. But remember what I keep saying about July and August. July and August, traders go on holiday. Sell in May, go away, is what they say. We don't have a long time to recover before the summer lull. We've only got 6 weeks. And we've got 6 weeks to move some of these coins back up. And that's not a long time. I am really bullish that by the end of the year, we're going to be in a better place. But I also think we could have 6 months of sideways action, because we had that in 2020. Now then, this is... Peter's going to love this, because Peter's not a fan of meme coins. Are meme coins a betrayal of crypto's ideals or its true purpose? I'm not going to give you my opinion on this until I've read the article. Block DAG. Right, I'll have a look at Block DAG. And what I'm going to do, right, Remza, I think you were the one that asked me about Blender yesterday. Peter, I know that's how you think. Just give me a second. Block DAG. Right, what I'll do is I've not planned any videos for the day. So I will make a video today about either Blender or Block DAG. And if it's a scam, I'll call it out in the video. So, Tariq. There's a big division between meme coin fans and those who hate memes for undermining crypto's ideals and public image. When Satoshi invented Bitcoin, the anonymous cryptographer envisaged a world where people would be free from the iron shackles of banks and governments. What he didn't expect was an industry teeming with badly drawn frog, cat, and dog tokens, along with a sprinkling of memes. Yes, we know about that. With coverage of the fourth Bitcoin halving overshadowed by speculative mania in meme coins, including on the Bitcoin network itself, it's not surprising to see a very vocal debate. They now have a combined value of $51 billion. Now, again, if you've ever watched The Emperor's New Clothes or read The Emperor's New Clothes, I always had the opinion that meme coins were basically Emperor's New Clothes. And for those of you that don't know, it's about tailors who convince the emperor that he is wearing invisible clothes. So he walks around nude and they convince him that he looks good. and nobody will say anything to the emperor because he's nude, and they tell him how good he looks. Very similar to when you look at paintings of Henry VIII and those kind of things. So you see all of this kind of thing going on. Now, the issue really here is, are meme coins like the emperor's new clothes and they're all trash and nobody will say it? Or do they have a purpose? And that's where we're going to get to at the end of this. So a meme coin, by definition, has no value and no utility. That's a meme coin. That's the definition of a meme coin. So who was this? I'm not Polyenya has said that meme coins are a vehicle to transfer wealth from the many to the most obnoxious people on the planet. Peter, that would be financial advice, Peter, and I can't give financial advice. Youth 18 to 30 love memes. They are meme lovers, so memes is now my crypto culture. Oh, so meme is now crypto culture. We're going to get onto that in a second. The analyst highlighted reports, we can't talk about that. At this point, this evil in crypto is banal and normalized. Solana memes, we can't talk about that either. A recent investigation found 1 in 6 new base meme coins are outright scams. 91% of them are at least had one security vulnerability. 50% of pre-sale tokens launched between November and February were malicious. Yeah, now, this is painting a really bad picture. So I'm going to give you some tips. We're not going to read any more of this because it's just going to end up in a brawl. So let me very quickly bring this up and explain some rules of memes, because it's important to understand not all memes are created equally. So I'm going to give you some tips. Number 1, never, ever, ever buy a pre-sale of anything. A pre-sale is where somebody on X will say, hey, send me $50 and I'm going to send you 100,000 of these tokens when it goes live. 20 haven't got any tokens. Never buy a pre-sale. Secondly, and again, this is down to preference only. Why is this not enlarging? Is that moving up in size, or is that my imagination? Anyway, oh, it's lagged. Sorry. Give me 1 second. So, are we back? Let's wait. Now, there is a, just so you all know, showing you any kind. Number 1, don't do a pre-sale. Anything above $150 million is likely not to be a meme coin. Likely not to be a meme coin. Anything down here is trash, in my opinion. See you later, Peter. Thanks for coming. Memes are getting serious money. That is true. Now, the only thing I'm going to say is, not all meme coins are created equally. I've said that at the beginning, and what I mean by that is, yeah, Reza, I'm lagging. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move up. It's CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap has changed its website over the last 2 weeks, and crypto streamers are all lagging when they're on CoinMarketCap. I was watching Ben Armstrong 3 or 4 days ago. Every time he went to a coin on CoinMarketCap, his stream just lagged. They've got some kind of code and it's just trashing the stream. So let's move off it. Right, I'm going to give you a very quick comparison. So this is Bonk. Now, Bonk is not a meme coin. It's not a meme coin. It's got 129 apps built on it. It is on 9 chains. It is listed on all the major crypto exchanges in the world. It has a trading bot, its own swap. It has a rewards program. It has a wallet cleaner. You can buy it on multiple chains. This is no longer a meme coin, okay? It's not. Don't mix something like this up. Now, let's go. Yeah, CoinGecko. I have been using CoinGecko. It has been helping. I've just got to get back into the habit of it. Right, Book of Meme. I'll go for it from CoinGecko. So you've just seen Bonk. You've just seen all of the things that are on Bonk. Now, let me show you the... Please tell me it's got the website on here. Twitter, Telegram. Let's go to its Twitter account. Let's get rid of some of these things. Okay. So, Dark Farms, the guy who created Bohm. That is what their website looks like. They are not created equally. And to avoid being burnt, my advice is stick to a plan. So if you have $10,000 in your portfolio, take $100 or $200 and buy memes with it. Buy memes of a value of more than $150 million market cap. Or if I catch one, like I did with Maneki, and I think Maneki was at 200 or 300 million when I found it. Maybe it was at 100 million when I found it, but it was around that price. Go after memes which already have an established market price. The contract is renounced. Watch our videos, watch other people's videos. The worst thing you can do is go after a meme coin that has a market cap of 1 million or 2 million or $5 million. You'll get wrecked. Now, we've given away tokens on here in the past of coins with a low market cap, 50 million market cap, 40 million market cap. We give the coins away for free to the winners. We don't tell you to go and buy the token. We tell you to look at the token by all means, because we'd be remiss not to. But the point is, Bonk is not a meme coin, it's a community coin. Dark Farms is brand new. It's been going for no time at all. This is his personal account, by the way. This isn't the Bohm account. This project might take 6 months to a year to take off, if it does, and if it's successful. Maneki is the same. Maneki is another, what I think is a great project. Okay? Now, this is a really nice, really polished meme coin. And again, it's a community coin. It's built a community and a culture around it. It never loads, by the way, the first time. They've got to go and sort that out as well. There we go. So, Maneki, again, very simple but very nice website.
Somewhere deep.
There you go. It's even got a video behind it. So, what I'm saying is, you've got to be careful with meme coins. Don't risk it. Are they bad for crypto? No, they are a way for people to come into crypto. They are a conduit into crypto for people to buy meme coins, then potentially go and buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. They have a place. In my opinion, they have a place. If you'd have asked me 2 years ago, I would have said they have got no right to be in crypto. But times have changed, meme coins have changed, they've developed, they've matured, they now have a place in crypto. And for me, there are bad meme coins out there, and I call them out. I called out Jeff Bezos the other day, said it was an absolute piece of trash, and of course, that's what I do. I'm not paid by anybody. So, Maneki, Bonk, Pepe, SHIB, good projects, not meme coins anymore. Trash coins, which have been set up to scam you out of your money, are the ones to be avoided, and they are normally below $150 million. So that's a good idea to just study them after that. And that is it, by the way. I am finished. So I'm going to go and have a look. I might make a video today about either Blender, or I'm going to go and have a look at the DAO. I might block DAG. I'm going to have a look at both anyway. Thanks everybody for turning up. Sorry about the problems at the beginning. The stream just cut out and I don't know why. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and like and do all of those good things. And until tomorrow, have a great afternoon Let's hope we get back towards 59,000, 60,000 today. That would be great. Take care. See you soon.